Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mercy for those who are new. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I did a video on the equipment that I have on my kitchen and how much each cost. I'm going to leave that video over here so that in case you haven't watched it, you can check it out. Now, on that video, I got a lot of questions about the Instant Pot, and today I'm going to show you how I use my Instant Pot. So in case you've just bought the pots, you have made the right decision to click on this video, because I'm going to show you everything, and I've seen it wise to show you when I'm preparing a very basic meal. So it's going to help me just to illustrate everything, and I hope you're going to learn something from this video. In case you are new, please make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so let's get to the video. So guys, this is how my pressure cooker looks like. As I said, it is from the brand Von, and this is the type that I have. So they still have another type, but basically the way they operate is almost similar. So if you know how to operate this, even the other types, you will be able to operate it. It's very easy. It's almost similar. So the pressure cooker or the Instant Pot came with this small cup for measuring, I think, rice and water, but honestly I don't use this cup. Also, it came with 2 of these spoons to make sure you do not scratch the inner pot or the casufuria. And also it came with this sort of a rack. I believe it's for use when you want to cook food that you do not want it to be in direct contact with this pot or this sufuria. Okay, let me call it a sufuria. So 2 of these, this rack and a measuring cup, which I honestly never use, and this one I used to serve as a serving spoon. So that is how mine came. Now let's put that aside. We get into this. This is the lid. Comes with this rubber seal, as you can see. So the seal is to help prevent pressure from escaping while cooking. So whenever you're cooking, make sure the seal is in place correctly. Make sure it's in place correctly, so that there is no pressure that is going to be lost. Other than that, you after cooking, you can remove the rubber seal and clean it, because it holds some odor and it might transfer the flavors from one food to another, which we do not want. Now on this side, we just have this knob, and this one is just for controlling the pressure, because once you are cooking, you must make sure you have sealed. That is to mean there is no pressure that is going to escape. So we also have this. This is venting, to mean releasing the pressure. So once you're done with your cooking, you must vent before you open. In fact, it can't open with the pressure in, so you vent to release the pressure so that you can open and check your food or serve your food. So let's get practical to that. Okay, before that, I also have, now this is like the pot for cooking where you place your food, and as you can see, it has a max limit. So now this is the Instant Pot, and inside here we have the heating element. Today guys, we're going to prepare some black beans, but we're just going to boil them. The black beans are here. I have already soaked them for about 6 hours. One third rule when cooking with the Instant Pot is you have to use some sort of liquid, because that is the one that is going to help to build the pressure. So we are just going to put the beans here, and then we're going to put some water. we're going to add some water, but at the same time make sure it doesn't exceed that the max limit, so that it has enough space to like build the pressure and everything. So that will be enough to cook our beans. Now when it comes to closing or putting the lid, first you see this place here, yeah, it should match with this opening right here. So first just place it, and then I don't know whether you can see, we have this triangle here, it matches with this. So this is to mean the lid is not closed. So as you can see, there is a padlock here showing unlocked. So we want to lock the Instant Pot. We just move so that the triangle shows us the padlock is locked, to mean the whole lid is in place and it has locked. Also something else that I would want to show, so right now it's unlocked. While locking, as in you instantly feel it is locked. So unlocked, you can easily lift. Once you lock properly, you can't even lift. Now that is the first step. Number 2, we want to make sure that our pressure nozzle, it is sealed, okay? Because if you don't seal, whichever pressure is being built in here, it will escape, because it is on venting. That means it is open and the pressure is going to escape. So whenever you cook, for the pressure to be built up and to be used well, you must make sure that it is sealed. So we do that and we seal, and it is good to go. Also make sure you check the cable here, make sure it is well inserted before you connect. So once you make sure it is well connected, now you just connect to your sockets. So for those concerned about electricity consumption of the Instant Pot, we are going to check. Right now it is reading 26.77. Then after we've completed cooking and everything, we are going to check. Remember, I still have other appliances running, but that is not important. Let's just check how much electricity is going to be consumed. Once the pot has built the maximum pressure, that is when it's going to indicate like the time is going to cook the black beans for instance, maybe when it's 40 minutes. Once it's reached the maximum pressure, that's when it's going to indicate. And the moment between now and building that maximum pressure is dependent on various factors, like for example the amount of food in there, the type of food, whether or not it's frozen. So those are some of the factors that affect the moment it will take to build the pressure, and it can go from 5 minutes to 15 to 20 minutes, so it depends. But if beans cook for 40 minutes, whether you put it at half the pot or maximum, it's still going to take 40 minutes. Okay? Hiya, so let's wait and see how it goes. It is that simple. It is that simple. So on this side of the pressure cooker, you can see all the functions that it can do. Okay, we have let's first begin on the menu. You can see clearly all the types of food that the Instant Pot can prepare. And actually these are not all of them, because when like we get to multi-grain, there are so many things that can actually go on that button. Then when you come to saute for me it's like frying. So there are so many things that you can cook using that. And also whenever you are, let's for instance say you are sauteing something and you're not quite sure about the minute that it has given you, you can just go to the manual settings and just set how many minutes you want your food to cook. Yeah, so that is just for menu setting. Then you just add the minutes or remove. So it's very easy. And also, once the food maybe the food is has cooked, but you do not want to remove, it can keep warm. And so the other advantage of this instant pot is that your food can actually keep warm for as long as you want, and although it still continues to cook, but that's also an advantage. Okay, and for instance, let's say like you're doing meat and you want to first like fry, maybe you have some vegetables, some potatoes, you can delay timer. So that for meat is P01, so that when you put meat, and then you say delay timer, it continues to heat up but does not reduce the minutes, so that your meat is properly cooked at the end of it all. So now we are doing the black beans, and we're going to use 4 beans, that is 09. So the thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to switch on from the main socket, and as you've heard, you can see it indicating that it has actually been switched on. So we are going to set P09. So the first thing that you do, you come to menu, and once you do menu, it automatically goes to P01. So we want to do beans, which is 09. So these ones do not work, they just indicate. So we just go till P09, as you can see. Then it gives you some minutes to just think whether that's what you want or you want to change. And then you're going to hear a beep. Just wait for it. There. So that beep, it like registers this is what you're cooking, because now even if I try to add, it shall register that's what is cooking. So, and also once you hear that beep, it means the unit has now prepared or is beginning to heat up and build pressure. Our beans are ready now. It has taken approximately 1 hour or 50 minutes from the time we switched it on. The moment it took to build the pressure to the final cooking, it has taken approximately 50 minutes. And this is not like it's for this particular case, because as I said, it ranges depending on the amount of time it takes to build the pressure, but on this one it has taken approximately 50 minutes. Now immediately it finishes to cook, if you have not switched it off, the instant pot instantly switches to keep warm. So as you can see, it's showing it's on and it is keeping warm. So until you come and like switch off from the main socket, it's going to remain as keep warm. So now since we don't need that, we're just going to switch off. Yeah, and it indicates and it signs off. Now what you need to do is to release the pressure. So as I told you guys, this pressure cooker is very safe. Now I've not released the pressure. You see, it cannot open, and so there is no way you're going to burn yourself unless you're, I don't know, very, very careless. So there are 2 types of releasing the pressure. You can just leave it like that and it will release the pressure naturally, but that is a very slow process. And remember, since there is a lot of pressure there, the food will still continue to cook. So in case you don't want your food to overcook, you have to release the pressure instantly, and that's what you're going to do. So we're going to use this knob here, and we're going to vent. So you just release. So depending on how I don't want to, okay, it's so noisy. I don't want it to be ukifungua yote inatoka yote, but I just want it to be a bit slow. And again, it's not like the hottest thing that will burn you. No. So as I said, the pressure cooker is very we have already removed the pressure, and the whole process takes about 3 minutes or less. So now let's see whether our beans are cooked. Wow, look at that. Let me do the taste test for you. But we'll do it together anyway. See? Perfectly cooked. It has not cracked, it is just perfectly cooked. So what you're going to do is just to remove the water, and there we go. So in case I leave it here, you see this, and suppose I close and just leave it here, even tomorrow it's still going to be warm. So that's also another advantage. Even if you've disconnected from the socket, your food cooks and you just lock it in there, your food is still going to remain warm for quite some time, for several hours. So it's very good for that reason. Now, is there anything else that I have forgotten to say? Yeah, I think that's all for today. We are going to do another video as we try to cook another meal, and as we continue to learn more about these instant pots. So guys, as you can see, the current meter reading is 26.33, and when we began it was 26.77. So the token that it has used is 0.41. And if you multiply that by 15, because one token is 15 bob, that gives you around 6 shillings. Can you imagine? You've cooked all these black beans, and we have only used black beans. So it is very, very cheap, as you can see, and also it's clean energy. I don't understand why people have to use charcoal in this generation and deforestation. That's it for today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you on my next video. Bye.